Hi, gun people. Man, this might be a two-parter. That's crazy. I don't know who this guy is. YouTuber Vitaly Zdorovetskiy, whatever. Arrested in Miami Beach. So evidently in this video, the cops say, or someone tells him, this guy has 10 million YouTube subscribers and over 1 billion views on his videos. I have no idea what his video. Someone else says he's a porn video maker in his house. I don't know anything about this guy, so don't be coming here telling me how I got it wrong. I'm just telling you. I'm looking at more at the cops, how they handle this, and gonna address from a pesky citizen point where the cops kind of screwed up and where the citizens ought to know their rights and how you can help get a fucking prosecution versus, giving these crazy statements and getting, not really helping the cops. So this goes a little bit long, but if you want to learn something about what I think the cops screwed up here is Miami Beach, these cops are really, I mean, they did okay, but man, they seem really uneducated, unknowing the law, unsure, not very confident, almost, I mean, people come here and go, oh, cops are thugs, man. And I'm always like, no, come on, dude. The guys I work with weren't that way, so I don't believe that all cops are this way. Looking at these guys in Miami, man, these guys are kind of straight up thugs. I mean, it's just like, really, dude? You guys don't have, I mean, it's just, let's look at the video.
The female's in our driveway. I'm just beating the out of a girl. The male, is he white or black? She's white. They're both white. A white guy with blondish hair, wearing no t-shirt and yellow shorts. She's got blood all over her. How old is...
Okay, so she says yellow shorts. I thought someone else said fluorescent orange, and there's a guy wearing both those color shorts. So somewhere in here, they never really get a good ID, in my opinion, for what I'm seeing on this video.
The patient? She's youngish in her like 20s.
I'm just walking my dog and I see that there is a guy in a yellow shorts acting very erratic.
Yellow shorts, so we have two witnesses saying yellow shorts. That's pretty good ID. I still think they should have got a positive ID on scene.
Like he's on a drug. He actually approached us, but then he starts beating some woman.
Okay.
Okay, I see police is actually running over here right now, so I think somebody called.
064 and 769 respond.
Now, I watched this video, 41 minutes, I think, of this video, 42 minutes, and I still don't know if she knows the other car, if she knows the woman, if they identified the car that left, if they have a license plate, if they figured out who the woman was that ran. This investigation, and there's a 21-year-old female, or not 21-year-old, a female that's been a cop for 21 years that's taken notes, and it's just, the whole scene is just incompetent to me and my standard. In my opinion, I'm sure there'll be cops out there, man, it's tough, man, there was freaking 18 cops there. They weren't doing jack shit but standing around bullshitting.
Reference to 32, so there's a fight outside, male and a female.
10-3 digging. 7-6 on call. 7-6.
Subject is a male wearing no shorts and a yellow shirt. Rescue spawn.
No shorts and a yellow shirt. That's what dispatch does dispatch. Did you hear that? Two witnesses said no shirt wearing yellow shorts. Dispatch just put out, he's got no shorts and a yellow shirt.
Multiple calls on this. Subject is a male wearing no shorts and a yellow shirt.
People, I'm telling you, and I've said this in many videos, never, ever describe yourself to dispatch. They will fuck it up. And as a cop, I hated it when dispatch would give me all this stupid information. Okay, the person you're looking for is a black male wearing black shorts with a Raiders tank top. And your caller is a black male driving a black pickup truck wearing blue shorts and a, Raiders hat. And I'm like, what the, why are you giving me all this? Now I don't know who I'm looking for. Dispatchers should only be giving suspect information. That's what cops need to know. That's what we want to look for. That's what we want on our mind when we're showing up to a rapidly evolving, unsettled situation. We want to reinforce who we're looking for. I don't care what the victim is wearing. I don't care how old she, I don't care about none of that. I want suspect description. And dispatch will always ask you, if you call in, what's your name? What kind of car are you driving? What are you wearing? Don't ever give them that. They will fuck it up. They will transpose it. They will give your description as a suspect description. You'll be thrown on the ground, and it's just bad. And this is a perfect example. 2 witnesses said he's got yellow shorts on and no shirt, and dispatch puts out he's got no shorts and a yellow shirt on. Wow.
32 multiple calls on this. Subject is a male wearing no shorts and a yellow shirt. Rescue responding, reference to a female bleeding from the face.
Well, that guy on dispatch sounds professional. Rick, you're always picking on dispatchers because they're women. This is a male dispatcher that's fucking it up. All right? So quit with your sexist, racist, about color, it's incompetence of government as a whole. It always boils down to that.
Yeah, good. Wait.
He's got yellow shorts. He went over there on the other side. The lady here crosses here.
Okay, what happened?
This guy, he tackled her and started punching her in the face multiple times.
Does he know her or what?
I have no idea.
Okay, so this cop is trying to figure out, most of the time when we have a woman beat, we kind of jump to the conclusion. I know this is going to be some idiot. Well, you cops shouldn't be jumping to conclusions. Shut up, you freaking idiots. 99% of the time when a woman gets punched, it's from a guy she knows. They had a fight, she's running her mouth. Sometimes they get punched because they stick their nose in, they're running their mouth. But most of the time, they're in some sort of relationship. The reason why that's important is it makes it a higher crime. These cops are trying to determine whether or not this is a felony or whether this is a misdemeanor assault. If he just hit a stranger, it's a misdemeanor. If he hit her and they're in a dating relationship, it advances to a felony. The reason why that's important, because if it's a felony, it gives us more ability to go into exigency, hot pursuit. He's in a public area. We can force entry easier. We can use more force on a fleeing felon than we can on a fleeing misdemeanor. And that's why it's important. And that's why cops, when they're trying to determine it, they're not asking very good questions. But anyway.
Zone 64. Clear. Do you have a fire rescue route?
QSL.
Does she know the guy or?
No. Let me tell you what's going on. This is a young lady that lives with her boyfriend. She was just out jogging on her island.
Who, her?
Yeah. She was passing my house, evidently, where the guy lives across the street. He just came out and throttled her for no reason. He just came out and just whacked her in the face.
Now, when a cop hears this, because we hear this all the time, yeah, this just happened for no reason. And our first thing is, bullshit. There has to be more to the story, and people aren't going to be doing that. So these cops never really accept that this guy come out. They got a cop's on scene. He's got a statement. He knows what happened. Doing this 40-minute video, you're going to hear freaking, I don't know how many times and how many different cops ask, does he know her? What was she dropped? Was she in the house? The lack of communication and somebody passing on information to get good information is just horrible. And these cops freaking suck like a Hoover vacuum cleaner with a new engine.
Okay, this guy has got this website, Vitaly Uncensored. He's had some issues before. He's the big muscle-bound kid inside. I don't know if he's roided up. I don't know if he's raged up. I don't know if he's coked up.
Okay, roided up, coked up. All those things are basically street talk for he's doing coke, he's doing roids, he's having a road rage, he's not in his right mind. And that's kind of what this guy's kind of explaining.
But he just cold-cocked her, man. She's got a shiner, probably needs about 3 stitches right across the top of her eyebrow.
So she keeps crying, oh no, I need 3 stitches, whatever. Her boyfriend comes in a minute. I mean, and another thing that I noticed in this neighborhood, while these cops are here, there's got to be at least 10 freaking joggers that come by. This is like jogging Central Highway in fucking Florida.
No plastic surgery or anything like that, but he caught her but good.
So this guy's a medical doctor evidently, because he's like, she needs 3 stitches but no plastic surgery. He's made a better medical determination than I can get from a doctor that I've seen freaking 8 times. But anyway, I digress.
My AirPods are on the ground.
Right.
Honey, we'll find them.
Who saw it?
We'll get you new AirPods.
You were here when it happened?
No, I heard a scream from the back of my house.
He's on foot right now. He's on foot, right?
Well, I don't know if he's on foot.
See, we still don't know where he's at. Nobody's asking good. Where did he go? Where did he come from? You were jogging. When was the first time you saw him in the street? Then he hit you and you came over here. Did he stop on his own? Did somebody else grab him? What? I still don't know. I mean, the questions and the lack of getting to the facts on this is just amazing. How these cops are, he hit you? Do you know him? Okay. Is he on the street? Where'd he go? I mean, it's just crazy.
Do you guys know where he lives, or?
The guy already said he lives right across the street earlier.
He's in that two-story house right across from me. He's right across the street.
I just came out with my children, and he just like, if you stop chasing me, and I wasn't even walking.
Dude, if he's got 10 million viewers and he's got a house like that, damn, he's got to be making freaking bank. I don't know how these guys make all this freaking money. He must do videos that he can make money on, because freaking YouTube won't let me make shit on this channel. Every time I say piss, shit, whatever, they're demonetizing.
Near him, I was walking away, and he kept approaching me aggressively, and if you stop chasing me and I'm walking away.
Where does he live? Is he in there now, or?
How many times have we heard a guy lives across the street and they pointed to his house?
He is in there now, and he's with two other guys wearing fluorescent swim trunks.
With two other guys wearing fluorescent swim trunks.
And you saw when he hit her and so?
I did not.
You saw it?
I saw it, and my husband heard somebody when he was working on the side screaming, help me, help me, help me.
So we have multiple cops here now, and everybody has to come back and re-ask questions. Nobody's in charge, nobody's primary, nobody's controlling the scene, and nobody's making the decision. It's just a mess from a cop perspective. People may not see that. They're going to be like, well, Rick, it's confusing, and how are they supposed to know? You know there's a procedure. Whoever gets the call, that cop's responsible. He gets the info. All info goes through him. He's doing a report. Any info another cop gets, he either cuts him a report and tells him what he did, or he walks up to him and says, hey, I did this. And if he questions somebody, I'd be like, hey, you question him, cut me a supplement on his statement. And that stops cops from getting statements.
911 as well.
So you saw when he was hitting her and everything, or?
I seen everything, yeah.
All right. Fuck it, dog.
Okay, so this cop talking is kind of funny because he's like, fuck a dog. So I'm going to try and interpret what he's kind of doing. Here's the female with her hands in her pocket. I think she's the one that's been on for 21 years. Maybe it's another female that shows up, but we'll see. You can tell her alert condition. A woman just got beat up by a strange guy. He's in a house. We don't know if he's armed. We know there's multiple people. And this is her level of alertness. Now, I'm not saying the guys are much better, but at least they ain't got their hands in their pockets.
The guy is here. He came out, and the girl was like supposedly walking around or something. And
supposedly walking around. No, they said she was jogging by or riding her bike.
And he came out and started pounding her and hit her ass. He saw it, and
okay. So we think it's.
So see, he's pointing he. When cops come up and start telling me he and she, I was like, dude, don't be fucking giving me a pronoun bullshit. If you talk to him, get his freaking driver's license, snap a picture and email it to me so I have witness information. I mean, how hard is that? I mean, before we had cameras, it'd be like, dude, what's your name? Write it on the back of your business card. What's your name? What's your date of birth? You're a witness. I pull a case number and I jot it down. I walk up to the officer. Hey, dude, here's a witness. He couldn't hang around. Here's his info. And I give him my card with it. So now he knows who he is. I mean, how hard? These cops are just freaking us like, how can I do the least amount of work, but yet I get to hang out and watch everything?
It's like a domestic or something?
No, ain't no domestic.
He just came on?
He just came on and pounded on her.
Alright.
And he saw it. The one
Another jogger, another dog.
over there.
Okay.
So, supposedly he lives in here. Yes.
Another jogger.
Supposedly he lives in here.
Okay. Is the girl living in there with him?
No.
Nice tat on this guy's leg. What's he got on his calf?
Okay. Is the girl living in there with him?
No. Supposedly she was walking around. She was walking by.
There has to be another.
So we have 4 officers and the female, 5 officers here. I still don't know what's going on. A good description. Who's the primary? I'm I mean, I know from the statement, but none of these guys know.
A relationship less than 43 and you're just pounding on anybody.
She said it seems like.
Is it reference distancing? Because, you know, a lot of people are getting upset with that shit. Is that what it is?
I don't know. Maybe.
Have these people seen what happened?
Yeah, supposedly he saw it.
This dude's a great pointer. He ought to work for John for an electrician. He points at every freaking witness every chance he can get. Oh, that guy saw it. That guy saw it. I don't know his name. I talked to him. I didn't do shit. I don't want to cut any paper, but I can come here and I'll point.
And hey, they're not boyfriend or girlfriend, are they?
There was a one guy, and then the woman came out.
Okay, but I'm talking about her. Does she know him or no?
I don't know. She came out from here, so
She already said she didn't know him on the first witness statement.
they must have
She
known
came
each
out
other.
the house or something?
Yeah, because I was already there, but there was a one lady. She jumped in the Uber and she took off because he was after her.
So now we have another person fleeing the scene. That changes this call. Because now we either have a domestic that was happening and maybe this girl saw something and tried to intervene. We still have a guy inside that's hitting people and nobody has secured the house so he can't run away. Nobody's got a good description so we can say we think he's in a house. We're going to lock down. I mean, these cops are just wandering around like freaking Ray Charles saying, somebody point me to where I go and what do I do?
And the other lady came out in the same time. And he attacked her, pushed her on the ground, and started beating her down.
So where's the girl now?
She's over there bleeding. They're waiting for fire rescue. No.
Where's the girl? She's over there bleeding. That's Mr. Pointer. He probably pointed at her. I'm going to call him the Point. We need a new character on Sesame Street dressed as a cop. And instead of calling them the Count to where he counts everything, we're going to have the Point. And every time you say something to him, he'll point to it.
What does she say about the guy? Does she know him or doesn't know him?
She's saying first no. Now I don't know what she's over there.
Here you go. The Point is on scene.
On the thing.
This guy, he's completely on drugs.
Okay, well. All right, fire rescue's coming now.
Oh, now we ain't got no shit. We'll let fire rescue come. Great. We'll have some other government come here that don't want to do their job, but we can maybe pass it on to them.
This guy's on the drugs.
All right.
Meanwhile, nobody's ran a license plate to get a name of this guy. If this is the house, have we run a reverse directory to say who lives here? What's the guy's name? What is his driver's license? Get a physical description of him so we know who we're looking at. Nothing. These guys are just wandering around pointing.
All right, well. Huh? Fuck it. She looked like she needed like 5 or 6 stitches.
So this guy, he kind of reminds me of Joe a little bit. He's like, no, fuck that. Fuck it. He hit this girl. Let's go fucking arrest his ass. Fuck it. We'll just kick the fucking door. So right now, technically, they haven't established enough to go in and get this guy. What they have established is we have a person who is acting crazy and assaulting people. Even though he's only using his arms, he still is violent, and we haven't locked down the house or tried to get a good ID of him. I mean, I think cops now can pull up a driver's license in their freaking car and get a picture.
He beat the fuck out of her ass. Yeah. She's bleeding all over the fucking place.
So this guy's a little bit of Captain Save-A-Ho. He's like, hey, man, he beat up a girl. I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. Fuck him. And I mean, I get it. It used to piss me off when I see girls get beat up and dudes are doing it, especially when you see this dude. He's a pretty big dude. And evidently, I think it came out he took mushrooms. And that's why he's hallucinating or whatever. But anyway.
So she does not know him.
Gee. Anybody else wondering if she knows this guy? I think I got it pretty clear.
He's a complete stranger.
This is the girl that's been on for 21 years. And we're ringing a doorbell.
Unfortunately, if he doesn't answer the door, we're going to gather all the information.
Another jogger. Damn.
We're going to have to call a detective and all that, and then we'll have to get a search warrant and all that. We can't, like, break down the door right now. Yeah.
Yo, let me talk to him.
All that, and then we'll have to get a search warrant and all that.
Okay. So what she's talking about when she says a search warrant, it is a warrant to go and apprehend him, which is not really a search warrant. It's an arrest warrant. Unless she's looking for evidence of a crime, a search warrant is different than an arrest warrant. They both are court orders. They're both signed by a judge. And they both give me authority to go in somewhere and look for something. But an arrest warrant gives me the ability to go look for the person who has the warrant. The search warrant allows me to go search for evidence of a crime. So she doesn't need a search warrant unless she's looking for the bat. Now, I guess she could say, I want a search warrant for his knuckles. But if we arrest him, we'll have that. We don't need a search warrant. I want a search warrant for a napkin that he may have wiped his hand on and there might be blood. And nobody does a search warrant for that shit. You need an arrest warrant, but in order to get entry into the house without exigency, and you don't have exigency right now because it wasn't hot pursuit. Had the cop showed up when he hit her and he said stop and the guy ran into the house, now we have what's called a hot pursuit exception, and now he could have followed him and we could have kicked the door and went in and got him because we witnessed an event in a public place that started in a public place. Our contact started, and the law says you can't flee from a public place to your house and claim aliaxin free and safety just because you got to your house. That's not how it works. Because he started running and a cop saw him, we can chase him. Because the cops got here afterwards and he's already in his house, it is pretty much freedom, and we can't go in without a warrant, consent, or exigency. But these guys aren't even trying to get consent. I mean, these cops are the most freaking incompetent. It's just like, it's almost like they asked me to go to the academy and go, hey man, we're going to teach simple assault response today, and we want you to teach it. And I go out to the academy and I go, okay guys, here, you, show up. Here you go. And I think guys from the academy would probably do a better job than these guys. I mean, it's just, this is Rookieville here.
Can't like break down the door right now.
Yo, let me talk to him. What's your name?
She's right. They can't break down the door right now. If it was a domestic violence and it went to a felony, we would be closer to breaking down the door. But I still think, that would be iffy. I would probably call the DA and ask him how he wanted to do it. See, the only problem about breaking down a door when you don't have authority is there's really no problem at all. You can't be sued. You got immunity. The only problem is you can't get things into court that you find. So if I kick the door illegally and I find the gun that killed that shot Kennedy, I can't use that gun because it was seized illegally because I wasn't allowed to be in a house. I entered illegally. If I kick the door and I find a dead body, a dead baby, whatever, now I have huge issues because I wouldn't have discovered that had I not entered illegally. Therefore, fruits of the poisonous tree, anything else I find is going to be no good either. So that's why you don't want to enter. But in reality, who gives a shit? Cops go over there, kick his freaking door, go in, grab him, and arrest him. They're not going to let him go. That's the problem with our law, is cops aren't held accountable when we break it. I mean, the law is we're supposed to follow it. But when we break it, there ain't a whole lot that can be done to us. We got limited immunity.
Ron Morris. Eric Key's my buddy.
Okay, we don't care who's your buddy. That doesn't do with it. Do you know what's going on here?
Okay, so this cop immediately has an attitude with this guy. And why is because he sees the gun in the badge. Now, this badge says security officer, and evidently this guy's a security guard. And I guess in Miami, he can carry a gun, open carry with a gun. I don't know how it is. Maybe, I don't know what Miami is. I thought it was constitutional carry, and you carry open or concealed. But these cops kind of seem like they're freaked out that he's got a gun. But this guy comes up doing the right thing, trying to help, saying, hey, I know this guy. And instead of using this guy to help them, they immediately jump on his ass and kind of, I don't give a shit what you know, and they just start treating him like shit. Instead of saying, dude, do you know this guy? Now I can use you. Would you mind going in and getting him to come out? Now I can get him in a public place. Would you mind going in and asking what happened? Now he can get a statement for him. I mean, I love a freaking helpful friend of a person that wants to come here and help me. And this security guy is kind of like a lot of security guys. They like to hang out with the cops and think they're cops and think they're in the Brother Blue. And, and cops kind of, unfortunately, look down on security guards because cops look down on all pesky citizens. But they look down on security guards even more because they get to carry a gun and badge and they don't like that. So, I mean, to me, it's just bullshit, but whatever.
Okay, we don't care who's your buddy. That doesn't do with it. Do you know what's going on here?
So he came up and said, hey, man, he's my buddy, offering to help. And instead of fucking saying, do you know what's going on? If you want to help, would you mind going out and having him come in and talk to us? Or maybe go in and ask him what happened? Does he know this girl? I could get all kind of information and have this guy go get it for me. And instead, this guy, hey, I don't give a shit if you're his buddy. You know what's going on? And he wants to jump on this guy. Why? Because he's offended that he's not a cop and he's got a gun and a badge on his scene.
I don't know. Okay, so one of the girls called me, so I rush here. You want me to go back there and talk to her?
One of the girls called me. Nobody investigates what girls. Where are the girls? Maybe that's the girls that left. Somebody said a girl left. Maybe that's the girl. Who was that girl? Do you have her name? Do you have her phone number? Let me call her and find out why she left. There's no investigation whatsoever going on here. I mean, these cops are literally just freaking thugs showing up with a gun. All I can do is wait for someone else to come do something, or I can shoot you. That's it. It's just crazy.
No, we need him to come up here.
All right, let me go get him. I can go.
Who is this person?
Vitaly.
We need to know who we're dealing with.
Vitaly, he's the Vitaly guy, the prank guy from the internet.
So when you're dealing with somebody that everybody knows as a cop, and you get this sometimes, people come up and they're like, man, you don't know this guy? And I'm like, never heard of him. And they're like, dude, everybody knows this guy. I said, I'm part of everybody. I don't know him. I mean, there's just no way that, you know, if I had a conference where everybody freaking knew me and we had a meeting and there was 50 guys that knew me and they were my followers and we were drinking everything and there was an incident. And all my followers would go up to the cops and go, man, this is Rick Gore. You know him. He's got a YouTube. They'd be like, who the fuck he? We don't know fucking him. So, I mean, unfortunately, everybody knows this guy. I don't even know this guy. Even though it said the name, I didn't look it up. I don't have time. Doesn't matter to me. Supposedly he's a big YouTube guy. Whatever. That doesn't change anything.
Okay, we need to talk to him ASAP.
Let me go inside.
Okay, so here's where we have a problem legally right now. The defense is going to argue when they sent him in, they made him an agent and he was acting on their behalf. Which means there's a problem because it's just like government entering. You used a third party to enter where you couldn't, and now you want them to get you evidence or get a person, and now you're going to try and use that. And the defense is going to argue, no. Not only can government can't run around and order other people that aren't government to go in because now they're acting on the orders or on the behest of government. Therefore, it's the same as government. And that's what the defense will argue. So looking at this incident, my regular viewers will probably be able to figure it out. But again, you and me really don't know. It's up to the courts. The defense attorneys are arguing and what the court rules, and then what the Supreme Court overturns, or the state Supreme Court, or the appeals court, or the United States Supreme Court overrules. So none of us really know. But from a reasonable perspective, did the government just make this guy their agent? You have to decide that. And we'll address that, I guess, in part 2, because we're at 30 minutes. So we're going to get into some legal dilemmas here, right here, and then when the guy comes out also.